All right. So again, just a strong pull to jump on and do this little last minute. So I'm really not sure if it's for me, it's for you, who it's for, but we're just going to do it. I'm going to look at masculine energy first. I'm going to look at our divine feminine energy next. I do have bridging energy in the middle. This is going to show us what the spiritual journey or like the spiritual lesson that we're learning right now is. And I think most likely that's going to be the reason that I was pulled to come do this reading. I will tap into head, heart, higher self space for both divine masculine and divine feminine. And we'll be able to see what everyone's thinking, feeling, and what our higher self is teaching us currently. I will pull messages from your person at the end, and then we'll close it out with some guidance. So again, I know last minute, for those of you guys that find it, maybe it's for you, I'm not sure, but I'm learning to listen. So I just jump on here whenever I'm told. All right. Okay. So pretty interesting because I pulled out the energy oracle and it was right next to Denise Lynn, Sacred Traveler. So I accidentally picked up a Sacred Traveler. It says taking shelter. The answers are within. So that could be a good overall theme here, but let's see what comes out. I got a little jazz playing in the background. I hope it's not too loud. I was just going through my work day and I heard we got to jump on here quick. So here we are. All right. So I'm starting out with the energy oracle. This is one of my favorite oracles to just kind of check in where everybody's at. I am going to go ahead and start with masculine energy first. Remember, guys, regardless of what journey you're on, what catapulted your spiritual awakening, you're here because you're having a spiritual awakening, or you wouldn't be watching these readings, right? Twin flame is just an experience that catapults your spiritual awakening, but lots of things can catapult your spiritual awakening. We all have masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. Your masculine energy is that energy that wants to fight and protect and provide, right? And your feminine energy is the energy that wants to take care of things and nurture things and love things, right? I'm not saying masculine doesn't want to love things, but it's those separate energies, and we do have both. But I'm going to look at masculine and feminine. For those of you that are on the twin journey, that is my goal here. So masculine energy, we have blossoming abundance, and we also have the root chakra, Archangel Michael coming out. We have 335, so the numbers are sticking out to me. If you're the masculine energy, you definitely could be seeing 335 or 333. Fives definitely represent change. There is a big change happening in the masculine energy I'm sensing, and what it is they've learned they have purpose. Archangel Michael is here. So Archangel Michael is the archangel that protects the twins on the journey. We do have a very strong purpose, right? Something we're supposed to be doing. And it's sharing, it's really teaching unconditional love by example, right? Like how we live our lives. So root chakra here, it's like, I feel like this energy is just now learning maybe like who they are, or maybe like what type of spiritual journey they're on. So in other words, they're learning why all this stuff has happened. And I just want to say blossoming abundance. So it's new abundance for the masculine energy. I love it. Saw 553 yesterday. Beautiful. Okay. So I feel like for the masculine energy, this is going to be, they've been manifesting, right? Really the masculine and feminine together, collectively, all twins all over the world manifesting together. We actually have a physical 3D thing that we can hold in our hand now. And for some of us, it's been like a whole bunch of manifestations, right? For the masculine, it has definitely been fundulation. It's been like pentacles, like money, worth, actual cold cash, right? And so because this masculine energy has manifested all this stuff, it's like now they're connecting the dots, right? Now they're understanding like, oh, this happened because of this situation, right? So let's look at feminine energy and see where the divine feminine is at. I love that 2 is coming out for each one. It's like we each have a lot to say. All right, so we have adjacent possibilities and door to spirit. Okay, so I'm just going to spit it out. 2, 4, 3, 2, the numbers again. So number synchronicities are loud, right? Okay, so the feminine energy is manifesting soulmate. We're all learning that it's about the purpose, right? And not the person. So it's like we're able to move forward in our spiritual path, on our spiritual journey. So adjacent possibilities says that you have the same goal. We don't change. We don't like, I think it's funny when people start talking about like walk-in twins or I had a fake twin, or there's no such thing. There's only one twin. It's going to be the person that catapulted your spiritual awakening. You can't change it. You don't have to like them, but it is what it is, right? But there is a goal here, and the goal is the purpose. The goal is to follow the path that your soul chose for this lifetime. And in this lifetime, your soul chose to teach, share unconditional love. It's so important, right? So what's happened is, though, see the door falls out in the hallway, like in the way, and you're like, if I'm talking to divine feminine, you're like, oh my gosh, now what? What am I supposed to do with this? Like maybe there's third parties, maybe there's karmic energies. Most likely there's a misalignment, right? Like you have ascended more, divine feminine has ascended more than divine masculine. So there's like a misalignment. We're not even. This isn't like energy that's ready for 3D union, I think is what I'm trying to say. So what happens is, you know, feminine energy is like, screw this. I'm not going to, hello, look at all the new people. I love it. All right. So it's like feminine energy is like, I'm not going to sit here and wait. I'm not going to sit here and waste my life away because this isn't what I wanted, isn't like what's supposed to be, right? So what happens is feminine energy right now, collectively, manifesting soulmate. And I know if you're sitting here listening to me and like you don't have your soulmate in your life right now, you're like, this is BS. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't have a soulmate. I promise you, you're preparing yourself just by being here. Just by being here and watching this video. It's like you're going through your spiritual awakening. You're following your soul's path. You could be coming out of dark night of the soul, cleansing out karmic energies. But it's like you're preparing yourself for the person that's supposed to be with you in this lifetime. You see what I'm saying? All these other relationships, and I mean, I hate to say it like this, but even if you're on this twin flame journey, even this particular relationship at that time was not ready for you to be in 3D union. The whole point is to catapult your spiritual awakening so you can become the best person that you're supposed to be in this lifetime. Door to Spirit tells me that you asked for this. So it's like the veil is being moved so Spirit can get a message to you is what the card means. But it's telling me that you went out, feminine energy, you went out, you moved the veil. You said, I'm this high priestess. I sit at the veil. I have the information. I don't want to do this anymore. I want something different. And Spirit said, okay, right? So manifesting soulmate energy really strongly. Again, if the person's not there, you're just aligning to that person. You're preparing your soul. You're preparing yourself to be ready to be with this person. Paramour, I've definitely ascended more, so I'm focusing on myself. Yes, definitely. That's what's happened, right? Divine Feminine was so focused on this masculine energy. And it's like, as we watch the masculine energy ascend and awaken, yay, that's all great. We love them unconditionally. We want the best things for them, right? But we're not going to sit here and just stare at this door, stare at this obstacle. We're going to go around this obstacle and move on to the next thing, right? All right, let's get some bridging energy. So bridging energy is going to be what we're both currently working on right now. So your masculine, your feminine, what is the spiritual lesson, the goal right now? All right, so we get two more again. I love it. Spirit's got my back today. All right, so 44, woman holding a heart comes out in 39, fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. This is going to be a little bit more painful, I'm feeling. But right here, 44, woman holding a heart. We're learning about unconditional love. We're learning what unconditional love really is, right? Because it's unconditional. So there's no expectations. Everyone goes on their journey. This person has a journey. This person has a journey. They have something to do on their journey, right? So it's like, that's what we're learning, higher self. But here's going to be the obstacle or like the ouch card, right? Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel comes out. I don't read, I don't turn them reversed, but I can just feel the energy of the card. And if we did reversals, this would definitely be like a reverse throat chakra. We're struggling to speak truth about the unconditional love to each other. So that's going to be the current lesson. So most likely, if you're following me, if my messages are pulling at your heartstrings, if you're on this same spiritual journey that I'm on, then you are going to have communication with this person, because that's the goal right now. That's the lesson that Spirit is wanting us to learn. All right, I'm going to pull a little tarot. And let's see if we can get a little bit more details. Man, I should come on all spontaneously in the middle of the day more often, right? All right, here we go. So I'm going to start again, masculine energy. Masculine energy got blossoming abundance and root chakra. I'm getting like manifestation, learning about the journey, why it happened, that thing. Ooh, I'm so not amazed that this card came out. Hold on, let me grab my note from this morning so I can show you. See the Six of Wands? See how I said that I don't turn them upside down and I just read the reversal? This is the card that I studied this morning. Can you see my notes on there? I know you probably can't. But it says, Six of Wands reverse. It's a fall from grace. And that's why I was called to do this reading. All right. Okay. So if you're the feminine and you're listening to me and you hear me and you feel my energy, right? You know that they're having this fall from grace, and you know it because you already had yours, right? So a lot of times when these energies meet, when we have this simultaneous incarnation in this lifetime, and you have a 3D counterpart, right? When these things happen, we're usually in a very toxic karmic cycle. And it's one soul, okay? It's one soul here simultaneously at the same time in two bodies, right? So it's like your soul comes over and knocks on your shoulder and says, hey, we're done doing this. This is no good. When I met my twin, I was in a karmic marriage for 20 years, very unhealthy, toxic, abuse of all kinds, right? So it's like the twin comes over and says, we're done doing this. We have purpose here and we need to get on with it, right? So when that happened to me, that was my fall of grace. I went through my divorce from my karmic. I went through dark night of the soul. I went through just spiritual awakening, learning like what, right? I was not a spiritual person at all, right? I didn't pray. I didn't meditate. I didn't, like, how I survived that long, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? All that changed when when you have your fall from grace. And I think what the fall from grace really is just the releasing of the ego. And we hear that a lot in twin flame journeys. It's like the ego has to go, right? So wands are sticking out to me: fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, let's look over on the feminine energy piece. And feminine energy got adjacent possibilities and door to spirit. So definitely moving around the obstacles and manifesting what they want. Again, 2, 4, 3, 2 is sticking out to me. All right, so 8 of Wands comes out. 8 of Wands is about like quick changes and sudden information. I do feel like you've asked for a situation. You've asked for assistance. You may have even spoke it, like, said it, because here lately, I've been telling everyone, like, yes, we can think and we can manifest and we can meditate and we can pray, but it's really important sometimes that we just speak it, that we put the energy out into the universe. And I think that's actually what's happened. And now it's here. Whatever it is, it's here. For some of you, this may not be soulmate energy. I feel like the energy is growing. But for some of you, this is going to be like, something you've wanted, right? Like, let's say you have your soulmate, but your business is failing, right? It's something like that, something that you care for deeply. It's part of who you are, and it's what's changing quickly. All right, let's look at woman holding a heart in the 5th chakra. So remember, I do feel this is about So woman holding a heart says someone comes into your environment and teaches you about unconditional love. That's our journey. That's what we're doing, right? The fact that it's number 44 in this particular oracle deck is not a coincidence, right? There's no such thing as coincidence. But fifth chakra coming out, Archangel Gabriel. Again, I was feeling that reversed energy. So it's like the throat chakra is opening. You guys could even be noticing that you're coughing more. You're trying to clear your throat more. I don't know, maybe you're paying more attention to the things you're drinking, putting in your body. But this is more about like you're clearing because truth is about to be spoken, right? And I think what it is just a confirmation, because most likely this masculine energy has just figured this out, right? So it's like now it's like, okay, I'm going to tell you that I just figured this out, right? All right, so we have the sun. This is a little bit of, okay, so the sun can definitely be like basking in joy and sunlight and happiness. Yes, absolutely. But there's a little bit of manipulation or control. So, and it's bridging energy, so don't shoot the messenger. But what I'm getting is that both parties are not communicating because there's a form of, I can control this if I just don't say it, right? On the bottom, we have Page of Cups. Page of Cups is the I'm sorry card, but it's also the card that says, like, this is a slippery situation, right? She says, my twin is in a toxic marriage right now, but he's waking up. Yes, they all are. So this clearly had to have been for you. I just want to say, I was sitting here just doing my Etsy shop readings and going through my day, I have all 12 signs coming out on YouTube tonight. So I was getting like thumbnails made and I just felt it so strong. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go do it. All right, so let's keep going. Let's tap into some head, heart, higher self space. And I am going to use the Heal Yourself reading cards. I've been using these a little less and less because they're so hard to find. You guys keep asking me, and it's like I found them on Amazon. Why they're not there anymore, I don't know. But just beautiful, beautiful cards. So I'm probably, now I feel like since we can't find them, I should probably be using them more often. And when I originally came out with the Twin Flame Current Energy Spread that I made for myself, I used the Heal Yourself reading cards for this part. So I think we're going to get back to it. And the interesting part about all this, guys, is like, so I'm big on the astrology, right? So Pluto just went back into Capricorn and we had like that 3-month sneak peek of what the next 20 years are going to look like, but it's in retrograde. So Pluto's actually not going to move back into Aquarius until like June 20th of 2024. So when that happens, then it's there for the next 20 years, right? Okay, so it's like we had this little sneak peek of what these changes in life that are coming are going to be. And it's like now we're all kind of backsliding a little bit and going back to what we were comfortable with, what we know, even though we know that it's like a situation, especially masculine, that they need to like remove themselves from. It's like, man, I don't know if I want to take these big steps just yet. I'm going to think it over. I'm going to process. And I'm just going to say, don't panic, anyone. Because one, it's about the purpose and not the person, right? But two, because come January 20th, we're going in that direction, right? So yes, we can take a little step back and just kind of process the information that we've received in the last 3 months. I had a major download, like a major just wow moment in the middle of one of these lives, where I realized that in the past 3 months, the masculine was learning to release the karmic energy. So I was like, oh, wow. So that means that, come January, that situation is healed, right? All right, so let's look at some head, heart, higher self space. I think it's because it says we definitely have trouble communicating. I think it's because we want to communicate in the 3D, and this is a soul's journey. You know what I mean? All right, so let's do a little head, heart, higher self. Okay, in the headspace, I love it. Big confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so masculine energy in the headspace, I said it's like they're learning, they're on this journey. We get number 11, which we all know is like the twin flame number. It says, take off your mask. That is what's happening. They're removing the mask, removing the ego. That is the fall from grace, right? So in the headspace, there's a lot of thinking about this journey. But I just want to say, it does say take off your mask, but remember, this is what they're thinking about. And I said that before we started these cards. It's like they're thinking, man, I know I need to do this, but I'm not quite ready. And guys, I know that we immediately jump to like a karmic person. Yes, it's very possible it's a karmic person. But here's what I know. When I started removing all my karmic energies, it was people, things, bad habits, addictions, unhealthy things. You see what I'm saying? There's so much karmic energy that has to be removed. That's why Dark Night of the Soul is so, people are like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Even when I mention it. But it's actually something that's really good. But, that's a whole other show. But anyway, it's like this person, this masculine energy is thinking about it. Going to process some information that they've received in the last 3 months. And I really say I don't feel any big moves coming until, like I said, about January, when Pluto moves back into Aquarius for its final transit. All right, so we have sexual arts coming out in the heart space. Okay, so remember, when you're on this twin journey, the heart space or the heart chakra, I know a lot of you guys think that telepathy is through the brow chakra or the third eye, but that's actually where you receive downloads. It's where you receive all those codes and information, right? So the heart chakra is where energy is sent back and forth with the twins. That is where communication is sent back and forth. And it doesn't matter where you're at, 5D, 3D, 4D, 10D, it doesn't matter, right? The energy is in a constant flow, a constant communication. Now, mind you, we can have heart chakra blockages. I don't even like using the word blockages, but I mean, it's a true thing and it can happen. And I know you guys are like, well, how do I have a block in my heart? I promise you, it's there if you're not having this communication. But what it is just knowledge. I feel like sometimes people try to make it out to be like something more than it really is. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's just knowledge and a knowing and understanding of how to feel feelings, right? And transmute them, right? Turn them from dark to light. So I feel like, again, it's just knowledge. Knowledge is key. It's power. And I do feel that there is, okay, so the sexual arts card, it's number 33. So the threes are big in this reading, right? 2s, 3s, and 4s. But sexual arts says that this person in their heart space, it's like they're learning how to be intimate in other ways other than physical sex. That's what this card means, right? So there is some strong communication happening through the heart space. There's probably a longing. I can feel it. It's kind of weighing it down in the pit of my stomach. So it's like, I miss this energy. I'm longing for this energy. That's that type of feeling, right? So it's like, that's why this masculine energy is learning how to do this. So for some of you feminines, you could have realized that you're recently astral traveling. And guys, I really want to make sure that I emphasize this is nothing to do with physical sex. I know some of us like really get our head in the gutter and we just can't get it out. But that's not what it is at all. It's these two souls coming together in a very intimate way. That does not mean human physical sex, okay? But it is definitely a communication that happens, two energetic vibrations that are sent, right? And for some of you, you're most likely learning about like the astral traveling, 5D experiences, things like that. All right, let's look at higher self for the masculine, higher self for the masculine energy. So this is going to be what the higher self is trying to teach them right now. So we have the sexuality card. All right, so I'm just going to say it. I know I'm going to step on some toes. I feel like I don't have to. The cards really say it. See the self-sabotage? This masculine energy most likely had a lot of friends, right? Most likely they shared their cup of love. I'm getting like that Knight of Cups energy, a little bit of a player energy. I'm not trying to be mean to anyone. We're all equal here. Masculine is just as equal as feminine. Feminine is just as equal as masculine. But this masculine is learning. Sex doesn't equal love. I mean, that's what they're learning, right? Sexuality is a card that actually talks about how they feel about their sexuality. How do they feel? Are they confident in their own sexuality? How do they feel about their looks? Do they find themselves attractive? This is also the card that says, do they find their partner attractive? And here's what I'm going to say. I mean, I just heard it. What they're learning is, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. You could be like supermodel, right? Doesn't matter. If your heart on the inside is black and dark and so far from that light that no one can see it, that's ugly, right? That's unattractive, right? And that's what the higher self is learning for masculine energy. All right, let's pull a little tarot. I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot for the masculine side. She said totally a player at one point. Yes, it's definitely coming to an end, right? I think too, in that 3 month when the Pluto went into Aquarius for that 3 months that we got that sneak peek. I think they tried to do it again, right? Like they tried to I don't know, like perk themselves up and like try to get back out there and do it again. And it was like the universe just wouldn't let them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're definitely in that period, right? We're at the end of that old 7-year cycle. We've moved to the new 7-year cycle. So it's like we're physically being restricted from bringing that old karma into the new cycle. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think, though, because that happened, they could have taken a little bit of a confidence hit, right? A little bit of like am I not who I used to be? You know what I mean? And it's not that at all. They're actually more than they used to be. But it's like, it's not going to be that way anymore, right? All right, I'm going to look at take off your mask in the headspace. I feel like it's like a coming out energy. I know that sounds different. But yeah, it's like they're saying something, they're telling people. There's this energy of not caring. Look at that. King of Wands. So the Wands again. So some of you guys could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But King of Wands is like someone who's really confident in themselves, right? Someone who's overly confident in themselves. Someone who follows what they're passionate about. I feel like that's the energy that they're trying to step up into at this time, right? All right, let me see. Let's look at the heart space. So remember, sexual arts in the masculine's heart space. This is about learning to be intimate in a different way, right? Not just sex in the 3D. This is about 5D intimacy. Ooh, we have King of Swords, and it did come out in reverse. We have 2 kings here. So they're definitely trying to step up into this position. But I'm getting like the struggle, right? Like there's a struggle. Yo, purple, what's good? It's all good, right? Can I ask something later? You can ask something right now. All right. So King of Swords, Aries, not Aries. It's the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it did come out in reverse. So it's like this person is not speaking something. And I just heard moon. So like maybe this is their moon sign. So it's like fear, emotion, illusion is keeping them from communicating something. Most likely you guys both felt, because remember the heart chakra is where the energies go back and forth. So it's like most likely you've already both done this. You've already felt this, but it's like we can't talk about it. That's what's coming out as the bridging energy too, remember? So there's definitely going to be some communication, right? All right, let's look at sexuality. Here's the thing, guys. Like, we can talk about free will all we want. Like, we can say, oh, well, this happens. Ooh, temperance coming out. Is it me just holding them upside down? Absolutely. All right, so temperance coming out in reverse. And now I'm wondering, is it up there? Are you going to speak it? I do feel it. Like, I feel like you're not talking about it right now. Like masculine energy is like, oh, this is weird. This is different. I'm not even going to say anything because it's weird and it's different, right? And feminine energy too. It's like, you know, something's happening, but you're not talking about it, like not discussing it. But temperance coming out for healing. So big confirmation, higher self. We have to heal not just the confidence in our own sexuality and who we are, but the confidence in the person that we've chosen. And I think that's what's happening for a higher self, especially if they're around, like, you know, darker karmic energies. And they could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Ooh, there's that Aries on the bottom. So definitely trying to take control, definitely trying to step up into leadership, definitely trying to, like, this is the scroll. So it's like the wisdom, the knowledge. So it's like masculine energy has gained all this knowledge. They've had this massive awakening. It's like, now I'm trying to do something with it, right? All right, let's do feminine energy next. So let's see what the feminine energy is thinking, feeling, and what the higher self is trying to teach the feminine. I just seen the sadness card and the have faith card. All right, so headspace comes out right away. So it's like you could definitely be in the headspace a lot if I'm talking to the feminine energy. So what you want to do is you want to move down into your heart space. And I mean, you just do it just like I just said it. You picture the energy up in your headspace and you visualize it moving down into your heart space. All right, so we have unleash your creativity. So you need to be in your heart space. You're overthinking. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. All right, so remember, I'm on this journey. These readings are for me, but they do help you because, you know, if they help you, we're on this journey together collectively, right? Okay, so YouTube. I'm also on YouTube, guys. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all the things, right? Okay, so YouTube, we've been doing YouTube for 2.5 years since I started PLR. And they used to have the requirements. You had to have 1,000 subscribers. You had to have 4,000 watch hours, and you could partner with YouTube and have the ads commercials get paid, right? And I was like, okay, that sounds really cool. Since I have to follow my purpose and I have to do this anyway, might as well get paid, right? So I go do it, and it takes me like 2.5 years. No bot ads, no bot subs, no bots, no nothing. I definitely heard from Spirit it had to be an authentic tribe that I had to grow one by one. So like the 980 people you see on there, there's sometimes a little bit more. They get mad, they come and go. It's okay. But you know what I'm saying? Like those people, I've given them a reading. They're on this journey with me, right? And it's like we were so very close, and I was really starting to struggle with the watch time because we went from uploading videos to just going complete lives, right? The lives are way better, guys. I can actually like talk to you guys. I know who the reading was for, like why I was drawn to come do it. You know what I'm saying? It's so much better. But anyway, so they changed the requirements, and they're like, oh, you now only have to have 500. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we have double that, right? And you only have to have 3,000 watch hours. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're almost at 4. We totally qualify. And then they said, you have to have 3 uploaded videos. And I was like, what? And so I haven't uploaded a video. Okay, 3 uploaded videos in 90 days. We have over 1,000 videos in our YouTube bank, okay? But we've been doing all lives. They're not uploads, they're live streams, right? So I have to upload 3 videos. And I tried to make 3 videos yesterday. I scratched and trashed all 3 of them. I tried to make another one this morning. I scratched and trashed it too. So it's like I'm definitely overthinking it, right? Like definitely putting too much pressure. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to download this live stream from Twitch, and then I'm going to upload it over there, and we'll get 3 of them, and those will be our videos. That's probably what's going to happen, right? Yeah, I know. Clips from your stream, for real. So true. All right. So unleash your creativity coming out in the headspace for divine feminine. I want to say really quickly, you see how she's holding that wrench? I mean, she's also holding her head. So you need to get out of the head space and into the heart space. Your heart space is where your creativity is. Creativity is given to you. So whether you sing, you draw, you paint, I don't care what it is. Everybody does something. I make pretty pictures with digital art. You know what I'm saying? I read tarot. Everybody has something, right? You're going to use those tools. That's where you're going to put your creativity, and that's how you follow your purpose. So I feel like divine feminine right now, you know that you have to follow your purpose, but you may not know, like, what does that mean? How am I supposed to do that? I just want to say, if you haven't gotten a reading from my Etsy shop, go check it out, guys. Purple Lunarose Tarot. I do offer a birth chart interpretation, and it can definitely help you understand what your purpose is. We look at those nodes, north node, south node. Where'd you come from? Where are you going, right? So I just want to say, too, we're having a sale in the Etsy shop. So go check it out. Unleash your creativity. If you're feeling stuck, like, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? Do what you love. Do what makes you excited. Do what makes you happy, and use whatever creativity spirit gave you, because that's what it's for. All right. And remember, guys, practice makes perfect. Like when I first started, I have not deleted any videos on my YouTube channel. If you want a good laugh, you can go over to my YouTube channel and go all the way down to one of those first videos that I put out. I said again, but I used to say every other word. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really bad. So yeah, some of those videos are pretty comical, but it's my journey. You know what I mean? So I can't take them down. I'm told I have to leave them. All right, so the dreams card comes out through the heart space. So divine feminine, you're dreaming of your divine masculine. I told you, I knew it. All right, and it's, look at this, 3, 3, and 3. Coincidence? No such thing, guys. No such thing. All right, so the dreams card talks about how we tell ourselves our dreams are too big. This is too much. What Rose is talking about is like too far-fetched and just cannot be attained in this lifetime. That's not true. You're just telling yourself that. I used to tell myself that too. But it actually can. And it's actually better than what you think it's supposed to be. That's the amazing part. So in the heart space, there is definitely some contact here. I feel like it's also giving both of you a little bit of a shelter from the storm when you're in this heart space together. It's kind of like I'm getting this energy of like it's pouring down rain. There's people like beating on the doors outside, but like we're safe in the wherever we are in here. So yeah, there's definitely like both of you could be feeling like people are just coming at you. Everything's just coming at you right now. And it definitely is. You're ascending, you're awakening. So it's like, guys, there's just as much dark as there is light. And the dark wants to win just as much as the light wants to win. So if you start shining your light, are more darker things going to come at you? Yes. But what are you supposed to do? Do you just take it and take a battle and take a beating? No. You have all these tools now, right? You implement everything you've learned on your spiritual awakening. You have the tools. All right, let's look at higher self. So this is going to be what higher self is teaching divine feminine. Ooh, I've seen it. Ooh, temptation. Temptation comes out. How teachable are you is on the bottom. See how she's got the violin? Is she learning how to play the violin? No, the violin is her creativity. She plays an instrument. Now she has to realize that she's supposed to use that instrument to share unconditional love, right? All right, so I'm going to pull some tarot, and I'm going to use the Triple Goddess Tarot for the feminine side. All right, unleash your creativity. This is going to be something about your purpose. I feel like you're in the headspace. See how she's holding her head? It's like, I just can't think. I can't get it straight. I can't figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. Look at this. 8 of Pentacles comes out. Eight of Pentacles is focus, dedication, what you're working on, what you're trying to accomplish. I just want to say it is the card that says you're almost there. Remember, the Ten of Pentacles is the goal. So Eight of Pentacles always shows the pentacles lined up. And it's supposed to show you that you only have two more pentacles to go. You're really almost very close to something. All right, let's look at that dreams card. I feel like for those of you that this message is pulling at them heartstrings, this is you in the 5D, in a very safe environment. You could see your masculine as your protector. And I know I do, like, regardless of whether we're in 3D union or not, like, the masculine energy is the fight and protect. And because the masculine energy has been stepping into their role, learning who they are, it's like they've been showing, I almost said showing force. They're not really showing force. I think they're just showing themselves. Like just saying, yeah, like I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, right? Yes, guys, I do feel like I am supposed to offer some readings at the end. So if you want to hang out, I will pull some current energies for you guys at the end. All right, and we're almost finished. I know, it was so last minute. I don't even know what happened. It was just like, oh, go do this. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, so Three of Wands is here. Okay, this is going to be big, feminine, okay, because I also studied the Three of Wands this morning. Three of Wands is taking action towards your future. Like Wands is passion, drive, action. You have to actually go towards it. See how this is Triple Goddess Tarot? She's not sitting there waiting on these ships that like out in the middle of this desert ocean waiting to come in. No, she's going towards her ships. She's going towards her future. She's taking action to get to what she wants. Here's what I recently learned about the Three of Wands. Ready? Some people can't go with you. Some people can't go with you. And if you're manifesting soulmate, there has to be, otherwise you have third party, right? Remember, if you're on this journey, this person, you can see them. You can see them in your life and you can see that they're not aligned to you. Someone else is. So it's like you're going somewhere and they are too. They have something they're supposed to do too. But it's like you're going somewhere where they can't go. And I just heard that awful saying, it is what it is. Oh, have mercy. All right, let's look at temptation. So you're tempted. I'm going to tell you what you're tempted to do. I dropped the card, but before I even go get it. Okay, here's what you're tempted to do. Ready? Remember I told you, Pluto gave us that 3-month period of looking at what the future is going to be. You're tempted to go back to the way it was because this just got harder, right? So you're tempted to go back to the way it was. And you can go back. If I'm talking to Divine Feminine, you can. You have until January 20th of 2024. And then Four of Wands comes out. That's the card that fell. It's union. It is union. Four of Wands is the 1111. It is the union card for the twin journey. It's also about celebration. It's also about partying. It's also about, I think that's what it is. It's like you're tempted to go back because most likely there's been some contact, right? So it's like you're tempted to go back to that fun part, that bubble period when you first met that person and it was so exciting and spiritual and weird and lulu lala. And you're like, yes, everybody wants to do that. But we all know that that's done. We've moved, so we've ascended so far past that, right? Peach Pinku, hello. All right. Let's pull. I just want to say really quickly before we go any further. Union, you're always in union. You come in this lifetime in union, you leave this lifetime in union. Think about this. What if you're a twin flame and your person passes away? Now what? Are you not a twin flame anymore? Does your soul's journey just, I don't know, vanish? You see what I'm saying? It's about the purpose, guys. It's about the purpose, not the person. Is the person important? Yes, absolutely. Always will be. But focus on that purpose, and what's meant to be yours just cannot pass you. It just can't. All right, so I'm going to pull some messages. And I just want to say, because I know there's some new energies. Guys, I made these. I made all these cards. Look at this. Why did this happen to us? They're learning why it happened, right? I made these based on my own journey, messages that I got in the 3D and the 5D and my dreams and whatever, meditations, higher self messages, messages like directly from my counterpart. These are also messages that I gathered from all of you guys that went and got, private readings through my Etsy shop. I've also put those messages in here also. So these can definitely be things that they've said to you before. Things that they've wanted to say but feel like they can't for whatever reason. These could be lost messages that never were received. You ever block somebody and then unblock somebody and then for some reason get every single message they ever sent you while they were blocked? Like, has that ever happened to you guys? I've blocked people and unblocked them and nothing was there. But yeah, I've also unblocked people and then it's like, oh no, you're going to see it. All right, so I'm going to start with, let's do 3 from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine first. 3 from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine first, please. We have the Help Me card coming out. Ooh, that was strong. Your opinion of me matters, definitely. Divine Feminine, it's almost like if you're Divine Masculine, one, if they see you following your purpose, I mean, you just glow to them, right? But it's like you could feel like now that you need to follow your purpose because you know that their opinion matters. I will always have hope comes out. That's something that my counterpart has said before. All right, so now we're going to do 3 from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. 3 from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. Yeah, look, Paramore says, I've blocked and unblocked and no messages. Yeah, I know, me too. So when I've unblocked and the messages still come through, it freaks me out. All right, look at it, just keeps flipping. We have done so much with so little for so long. This is actually a famous quote. My person likes the quotes, right? And it is something that my person said to me. This was about, I would say, like 2 years ago. And it was when I had first manifested my soulmate. And we were going through a period of no contact. And like I said, guys, you can block, you can run, you can hide, you can put rocks on top of yourself, and spirit says you have a purpose. Spirit just comes and moves the rock and puts you back together. That's just the way it is. But it was one of those moments where the universe threw us back together and we were trying to figure out like what the bleep, right? And it was like, at this point, we have done all of these things that we had done with such minimal contact. That it was like, what else can we do, right? How much more? You're mirroring each other comes out. That's true because masculine has a weekend. So it's like they're learning about the spiritual things, just like feminine is learning about the spiritual things. I need you to stay. That's going to be a big one. And that's going to be the temptation. And if there's contact, it's like they feel you pulling your energy. They feel you putting that energy into something or someone else. So it's like there could be like, a little hesitancy, a little fear on the masculine. I feel like not so much on the feminine now. Now we're not so scared to let go, right? Because we know it's always there. There's nothing we can do about it. This is the journey we're on. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to cut ties and all that kind of stuff, but oh my gosh, ridiculous, right? So it's like once you just quit doing all that and you just start working with the energy instead of working against it, the things kind of flow together, right? I can hear you is also here. That's going to be that 3D communication. All right. Let's see. Let's close it out. I'm going to use the angels and ancestors. If you're on this twin journey, you are now learning about spirit guides, right? Okay, you may have known about spirit guides before, but if you're on this twin journey, you're just now, like if you're in the same collective with me, right? You are, that's why you're drawn to me. But it's like if we're in this boat, right? We're learning about our personal spirit guides right now. All right. Just gonna try to pull one card out, please. Thank you. Oh, look at that. The water guardian. I'm getting a strong Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's going to be Scorpio. But water guardian, it says connect with your emotions. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but Scorpio is the constellation that is the deep, deep, deep pool, right? All Scorpios, very deep, emotional people. On the outside, super bubbly, super exciting, super fun, right? But on the inside, it's like they deal with death and transformation on the daily. So connect with your emotions. Don't run. Don't hide. You can't. I mean, you can, but all you're doing is causing delays. And in the end, the stuff comes and smacks you in the face anyway. So it's like just work with the energy, focus on the purpose and not the person. You will awaken, you will align with what is meant to be yours. And it's like, again, it can't pass you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that reading was helpful. Thank you guys for coming in here and hanging out with me. I totally appreciate it. So if anyone wants to do a free current energy with you and your person,